Hi Brockton, this is Richard Ripley, the Bat Bus Guy. I just wanted, before I begin my talk with you today, I wanted to let you know what happened on my way down here today. I was walking down Pleasant Street. As I was crossing Warren Avenue, one of the bus drivers gave me the thumbs up. He was one of the guys I know who, he supports me. He knows what's going on with the Bat buses about the drivers moving the bus and, threatening passenger safety. And he's one of the ones that supports me. He knows what's going on. He agrees with me. He tells me to keep fighting. So I just want to say that so people know that I do have the support of bus drivers. Anyway, I'm going to begin my talk with you now. Hello, Brockton. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about the short video clip that Massachusetts State Representative Rita Mendez posted on Saturday, May 31st, about pedestrian safety on Brockton streets and the car, truck, and bat buses hitting pedestrians and private homes and businesses across our city. I was glad to hear Representative Mendez address this important issue and ask the people to contact her with any concerns they may have.
Good morning, so I'm Rita Mendez. I'm the state representative and represent the district, but I'm really here to hear from all of you to see how can we work together and make Brockton a safer place, especially for pedestrians. We have so many fatal accidents, unfortunately, in the city of Brockton, so we can definitely do better. Sadly, the house is in session, so I have to sneak out because it's busy, but I really want to keep hearing from all of you. And I represent Yolanda, so whatever he tells me I need to be, I'll definitely will always be there. So this is long overdue in the city of Brockton. I'm glad that we're taking the time to do this, especially in the weather like this, and we're still coming out. It really means that we care about the city. The business, the residential, the transportation, back companies, all of us together, we can definitely make Brockton a safer place for pedestrians.
Let me respond by saying that I am very confused. I have recently emailed Rita about an extremely dangerous pedestrian safety threat by Bat buses in our city. I even included a link to Boston 25 News' television coverage of this horrific accident in Brockton.
Police say a woman who was hit by a bus here outside the Sullivan Tower Apartments in Brockton is in stable condition and is expected to recover. Neighbors say she relies on a wheelchair to get around, and they question how this will impact her long-term health.
He hit her right in the front. You can see the wheelchair was over there. I could see the front wheels were all collapsed.
The impact involving a Brockton Area Transit Authority bus and a woman in a wheelchair captured the attention of neighbors at the Sullivan Tower Apartments on Colonel Bell Drive, who say they too have had close calls with buses near this very spot.
They got to do something about these bus drivers. They do drive kind of crazy, and they're very, very impatient.
You got to be careful walking, It's scary because they come through here and there's mostly elderly and handicapped.
The state police accident reconstruction team was called in to assist Brockton police with the investigation. Detectives spent hours reconstructing the accident that sent the woman to the hospital with severe injuries.
I'm scared to come out here like this here and go there myself. So me and my walker, we're going to be doing just fine staying on the curb.
Neighbors say they hope this serves as a warning to both residents and drivers. They tell us the woman who was hit is in her 70s and is a familiar face here at the building for elderly people and folks with disabilities.
She's a good girl. It's too bad. I hope she's all right, that's all.
I pray for her. It's sad.
Police say they do not anticipate any charges for the bus driver. A Brockton Area Transit Authority spokesperson says the investigation is still ongoing and that their thoughts are with the victim at this time. In Brockton, Drew Caritas for your local station, Boston 25 News.
It is very disturbing to me that Rita could watch this video and hear and see the fear in these residents' voices and on their faces and not immediately respond. But sadly, Rita has remained silent. I also sent Rita Mendez a list of a rash of recent heart-rending, dangerous safety threats to elderly, disabled Brocktonians by Bat bus drivers, including a disabled elderly Brockton veteran in a wheelchair, a partially blind elderly disabled man carrying a white cane, an elderly disabled Brockton woman using a cane who was saved from falling and being seriously injured by a male passenger who jumped out of his seat to grab her as she lost her balance on the bus. Another elderly disabled woman who was pushing her grocery cart who lost her balance and was saved by two quick-thinking passengers who again jumped out of their seats and grabbed her before she hit the floor of the bus. The common denominator in all these 4 dangerous safety threats on BAT buses was the driver violating BAT policy of hitting the gas before elderly disabled passengers are safely seated. I also emailed Rita about the 84-year-old elderly disabled woman who was seriously injured on a BAT bus in April and is now in a nursing home recuperating from her injuries. Again, Rita has continued to remain silent and refuse to respond. All 5 of the above incidents occurred in the last 2 months. This terrorizing of elderly disabled passengers is a form of elder abuse. Let me remind you that on Thursday, June 12th, is World Elder Abuse and Awareness Day. The city of Brockton is falsely celebrating this with a march against elder abuse down Main Street at 11 a.m. Let me explain. Janice Fitzgerald is the director of Brockton's Council on Aging, a taxpayer-funded city agency whose mission is to help and assist Brockton's elderly disabled community. Ms. Fitzgerald, despite knowing the same information about the dangerous safety threat on BAT buses to the elderly and disabled as Rita does, has stated on page 4 of this Council on Aging's June monthly newsletter about the March to Prevent Elder Abuse. Ms. Fitzgerald has stated that the purpose of this march is to help us get the word out that we will not tolerate elder abuse in our community. That is a hypocritical statement. Sadly, Rita is in good company. Mayor Sullivan apparently agrees with her that they both have more important business to attend to than the safety of Brockton's elderly disabled community to be safe on BAT buses. I do not know what happened to Rita. At one time, she cared about her elderly disabled constituents, like myself. More than a year ago, Rita went on camera in her office with me and she stated that all riders of BAT, including the elderly and disabled, had a right to get on a BAT bus safely and that she was going to start a campaign, a safety campaign, to get this information out to bus riders. I forgot the record button. So anyway, I want to start again. This is Richard Ripley. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit the record button, so we got to start over. This is Richard Ripley, better known as the Bat Bus Guy. I'm here in the offices of Rita, Massachusetts State Representative Rita Mendez. She's going to make some comments today on our conversation about the threat to public safety on the BAT buses here in Brockton. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Rita now. Rita, I want to thank you for talking to me today, for the time we've talked, and I want to give you the time to make whatever statements you'd like and let you take it away. Here's Rita.
Hi, this is Rita Mendez, and I had a very wonderful conversation with Mr. Richard Ripley today here at our office. And it is very important that we inform the community of their rights. So when people are getting on the bus, they have the right to inform the driver that they would like the driver to wait until they're sitting down before they actually get the bus moving. So this is important and crucial information that I think that we should just let the community know the proper steps and procedures to getting onto the bus safely. So we will be working to start a campaign so that we can start informing the public the correct ways that they can get on the bus and making sure that everybody is safe and that everybody has all the information that they should in order to get on the bus safety. So I really want to thank you, Mr. Ripley, to bring this important issue to our attention. And if people have questions and concerns, please do reach out to my office. My email is rita.mendez@magov.gov. No, I forgot my email, so you're gonna have to cut that out. But I'll put down my email on the thing. So definitely, and I'll put down my phone number too, so you can reach out and send me an email. Okay, thank you. You have to cut that part out.
Thank you, Rita.
I'm going to give you my card.
You want me to wait?
We'll do that again.
Okay. Yeah. When I edit this, I'll add her email and her phone number to this. Anyway, that's it.
Mahouse.gov.
Okay. It's Rita Mendez at mahouse.gov. Phone number is 617-722-2400. That's 617-722-2400. Again, I want to thank Representative Mendez, and I'll end it there. Talk to you later, Brockton. Rita's safety campaign was a complete joke. It was a very short 4-minute video with Representative Michelle DuBois and BAT Executive Director Michael Lambert, in which not one of them fully addressed the dangerous safety threat and the federal and state laws that are there to keep passengers safe on BAT buses. When I saw Rita a few months ago at Kennedy Drive, a Brockton Housing Authority property for the elderly and disabled, I asked her why she did not address the dangerous safety threats in her short video. Rita stated, "I have done enough for Brockton's elderly disabled residents to be safe when riding BAT buses. I have more important business to attend to." I have to say that again to you. Rita Mendez stated, "I have done enough for Brockton's elderly and disabled residents to be safe when riding BAT buses. I have more important things to attend to." So there you have it, Brockton. Massachusetts State Representative Rita Mendez, who was elected by you to represent you and the thousands of low-income elderly disabled Brockton residents, despite knowing about a rash of recent continuing dangerous and serious threats to your safety, says, "I cannot be concerned about your safety anymore. I have more important business to attend to." Excuse me. Next. Just a few days ago, I emailed Rita to inform her that someone she knows and likes very well was a victim on BAT buses. In fact, it was one of the disabled elderly women I mentioned above that was saved from serious injury by 2 male passengers when she lost her balance on the bus. The woman was the secretary of Bel Air Towers' Tenants Association, another Brockton Housing Authority property for elderly and disabled residents. And Rita, true to her word, continues to remain silent and does not even care about the safety of her own friends. Considering all the above, I hope everyone understands when I say to Rita, "What happened to you? What is wrong with you?" Let me end by saying to Massachusetts State Representative Rita Mendez that all these videos I'm producing and the emails I've sent you will resurface next year when you run for re-election. Now I want to end by saying to speak to the Brocktonians who are running for election in the coming election. All the people running for mayor like I am, all the people running for city council, all the people running for the school committee. How do you feel about this documented, confirmed safety threat on BAT buses to Brockton's elderly disabled community? Do you agree with the mayor and the city council and the city attorney that this threat to Brockton's elderly disabled community is not a concern of the mayor of Brockton and the city council of Brockton, that they can just ignore it and say, "No, it's not our problem, we have nothing to say about it"? Do you agree with that? Where do you stand on this issue? I can offer you any documentation you want. You just contact me at my email on the bottom of your screen. You tell me what information you want. I'll sit down with you. I'll give you anything you want to prove this to you. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you, Brockton.